Hello guys, Shop came back once again. So tired of the video. Hajime per round 15-13 came out today, but it's Monday. You're not the only one surprised. Over here on YouTube trying to go to sleep around 12 o'clock. I guess it's officially Tuesday today, 12 o'clock a.m. And I see something in my suggested feed of another Ippo YouTube channel saying so and so. I was like, preposterous. There's no way this chapter is out. Turned on the other phone, and the chapter's out. So I guess it comes out on Mondays now. I don't even know. All I can say is, hey, the chapter's out. Let's do it. Last we left off on, Sendo was getting popped in the face, and it seems like he was going to continue for a dual exchange. And now I still believe in the theory that Ricardo's hand is more than likely broken because that crack sound doesn't apply to anything else. Literally, Sendo has punched nothing to break his hand. And then Ricardo has a fear of something breaking his hand. Evidence, in my opinion, speaks for itself. But let's get on to the chapter. Sendo getting pumped in his face. There's blood splatting everywhere. The crowd is concerned about this. Sendo slumps over, but he still got life in his eyes. He stares at Ricardo. Ricardo notices it. He blocks up textbook. Double page splash. Boom! He connects onto Ricardo's guard, but once again, it does not break through the shell like it did the last time. The announcer says, "What incredible power." He bursts against the champion's left and sends out a master punch in return. And Sendo's blood still pumping. Sendo says, "Not yet, let's go." His heart is overdosing. And Ricardo says to himself as he throws another jab, "I need to stop him." Sendo notices the punch goes straight down the pipe. He slips it. Finally, like he did against Miata, he slipped it. The crowd say, "Yeah, he did it." He clenched his knuckles. Ricardo's hand hasn't retracted yet. And Sendo says, "If I see it over and over, of course I'll get used to it." He blam! Whoa, 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 wow! Did it connect clean to Ricardo? Did it connect clean, or did he use the classic Dante neck slip? Because you can see his head spinning, but it seems like Ricardo's still got life in his eyes. It's like he's not recoiling from it, right? So if that's the case, he can still be alive. But yeah, it seems like Ricardo twisted his neck, and he turns back at Sendo, and the crowd's like, "Just now, that grazed it, didn't it?" He meant, I mean, he actually touched him just a little more. The crowd shells out, "Just a little more, just a little more, just a little more." Now, I'm not saying I'm a psychic, but did I not bring up if he grazed him in sparring, he can do it again, especially if his hand is broken? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Bill Stewart says, "Whoa there, these cheers are really a pain, even though his punches aren't landing. It may get the judges to give him points." What out of sheer aggression? Like, I don't see how it'd be the case. Uh, Ricardo's done a better, cleaner work on the inside. He hasn't been hit, and Ricardo has been outpointing him with jabs, pinpoint accurate throughout this entire thing. Bill, you too old not to know boxing. Maybe I'm insane. And Bill grits his teeth, and he says to himself, "Can't you all just be quiet?" And we see as some, I believe this is Sendo's heart. These cheers aren't half. These cheers aren't half as loud as my heartbeat. My blood is boiling and coursing like crazy, and it's flowing straight to my fists. If you can't stop me, then I'm going berserk. Love this image of Sendo. He blam hits across Ricardo's guard once again. And Ricardo says, "My right arm's gone numb from blocking. If I don't brace myself firmly, he'll send me flying off my feet." Without using a smash? Ricardo continues thinking to himself, "My movements are getting tenser and tenser, which delays my reaction. This force, this strength, how do I stop him?" Sendo says to himself, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And the crowd says, he pushed him back. He's going, he's going, he's going. And blam, he hit across Ricardo's guard once again. And Ricardo seemed like he's launched a little bit off his feet. His feet skirt the ground. And Ricardo noticed something, and he says to himself, "The ropes are too close. If my back touches him, he'll get even more heated up." And the crowd says, "Go, go, push him to the ropes and finish him off." And Ricardo says to himself, "This strength, I have to. I know, I'll use it." Sendo throws out a punch. Ricardo's trying to time him with the jab. Blam! Wait, no, he jabs and then hit him with a right hook. And Sendo punch misses. And the crowd says, "Well," and Miyata says he threw a left hook while backing up. That's a specialty Mexican counter. Sendo says that didn't do shit as he squinting his left right eye. Oh, blam! Sendo hits across his guard again. Sendo get popped up. Sendo get punched again. And he returns 5 to Ricardo's guard. And he unleashes a vicious, violent combination against his guard. And Mari says, "Sendo-kun, he's throwing more and more." Both of them are best at me. Both of them. I don't know. Mari says, "Sendo-kun, he's throwing more and more." And Ippo says both of them are best at mid-range fighting. But even though it seems like they're the same, there's a significant difference. That Sendo's getting torn up. Ricardo's class is centered around using straight punches to make the best of his reach. Sendo's more of throwing powerful hooks using rotations. Which means that Sendo's star works a little closer. And Ippo says just now Ricardo and then just throw a. Sorry about this. Sorry. Ippo says just now Ricardo and then throw a jab. He threw a hook. And Mari says, "You mean they're closer now?" Miyata notices. And then someone says they're at Sendo's distance. He's lighting up Sendo. Left, right, uppercut combinations. And then the crowd and the announcer says the champion's back is on the ropes. But even then, he keeps throwing out punches and they're landing clean. And Sendo said, "I told you they ain't doing shit. I'm a different guy from the one you knocked down earlier. I get stronger the more I keep fighting." And Sendo says, "Just try and stop me. Stop my advance. Stop my heart." Double page spread. Grandma and teacher's concerned. Grandma's like to chase you soon. The crowd is all in shock. Sendo's coach says, "Sendo, the Nanua Tiger, he's bursting at the seams of energy." Bill Stewart says, "Ricardo is taking down opponents with his jab alone. And now that same left is being made to look like second hand is good. It's because his adrenaline is at its max. He's so hyped up he doesn't understand he's hurt. But there's a way to bring him back down. Preparations are being made. The Tiger pushes forward more and more while the champion calmly and quietly divides his next plan." And that's the chapter. About how many pages? About 17. Decent chapter. I said it's an interesting chapter to see Ricardo get backed up. Now the hand thing was not addressed. It wasn't, but it was addressed that his arm is getting numb. Wait, go back. No, wait. Pause. Wait. No. He was using his right hand when he was on the ropes. Well, that's what it appears like. He was using his right hand. Yeah, it seemed like he was using his right hand. So it's not broken. It's no. As far as you know, even though I think it's broken. Ricardo, hey, I said that he had that gut in him, and it seems like Ricardo got the guts. And he's getting backed up. The heat is getting heated up, and he's still in there throwing out combinations. He's not throwing in that towel. He's not going gently into that good night. But I have to say some mixed signals. But I say, story-wise, it ain't looking good for Sendo. Because this whole "stop me if you can," I'm going berserk. And then he brought up, the more the match goes on, the stronger I get. Like you never brought this up before. And you get this double page spread. Just try and stop my, just try and stop me. Stop my advance. Stop my heart. But the only thing that floats it like too even was Sendo's coach says he's bursting at the seam, and then Bill Stewart acknowledges he doesn't even know how damaged he is. But there's a way to bring him back down. Preparations are being made. Mm, the water's getting a little bit deeper for Ricardo, but it's just, mm. I said this can go one or two ways. Option one, the damage that Sendo's taking on right now would be similar to Alfredo Gonzalez, and it will come down to a battle of dual exchanges, and the damage wouldn't have much of an effect, or it's going to be a punch start coming up that flattens Sendo, and it goes to Ricardo. Those are pretty much the only two options here. We get to see that training thing with Miata, and that's the worst part about it. If we would have seen it and it would have been ineffective, then I would have keep bringing it up. But it just, until I see it. Now, could it be an off chance? Like Kowazawa versus Ippo, when he kept expecting that Dempsey that it doesn't show up. I say if it does happen, it will still bring up a question of what would be the point? What would be the point of even introducing it or bringing it up? Because it was never brought up where, this is like a trump card. It was like brought up like a main Ricardo strategy. So it's just, if that's the case, then, I'd like to know where is it. But the fact that Ricardo's being pushed up to the ropes is interesting since earlier in the fight he had footwork. Sendo has not landed one punch to the body, which is weird. Not like he can't do it. It's not like it's been a situation before where he's getting lit up and he popped Gonzalez in the stomach randomly. So it's just similar to how it's just Ricardo could have used his footwear right here. Just where your footwear at, buddy? Your feet ain't hurt. Where'd your footwear at? Ricardo's mind's going through the calculations. He's getting more serious. He's switching up his game. And Bill Stewart brought up how he was just able to beat certain opponents with his left. We saw it with Billy McCullum, but I don't know. Like I said before, it's never a good sign when Bill Stewart make commentary because something he says always end up being wrong. But I don't know. I don't know. Because how hurt can Sendo be if he can brace for it before it happens? And then finally, for God's sakes, he finally slipped the punch. But the timing was off and he was not able to get a dual exchange. Yeah, because that punch at the beginning, if he wouldn't have slumped over and would have just continued, he would have got Ricardo. And man, he steps in, slips Ricardo, nearly gets hit. He gets grazed. Ricardo slipped his head out of it like he's AJ Dante. And I'm curious to see what element does Bill Stewart play in here, because some reason he's agitated with the crowd. Now some might say, well, the crowd gives Sendo a boost. That same crowd led to Sendo losing against Ippo the first time. Yeah, I mean, he got cracked in the temple and he didn't realize that he was damaged or he was unconscious. And then by the time the round was over, the match was over. So, that's why it's just like, it's like a tug of war this chapter. I can't really say that the predictor reader is off, right? But, I'm pretty sure the hand is broken though. But he said it was just going numb. You're gonna have to explain what was the crack sound in that last chapter. Exactly. And then he say he's tensing up his whole body to block it. And then Ricardo, for some reason, on the fly. Now this is the fastest advancement we've ever seen throughout this entire fight, where something happens, and then immediately one of these two finally make an adjustment. Ricardo realizes he can't hold him that just by popping him with the jab, where he keeps coming in. He's pushing him close to the ropes, so he started to switch it out with the hooks. Now I thought it was a jab and a hook, but no, it was just a hook. Ippo commentary confirmed it. Uh, mm, mm. Ippo said he had the advantage, that they're at Sendo's distance. And he brought up how Ricardo switched to a hook, and now they're more or less even. So, Different guy, just trying to stop me, stop my advance, stop my heart. I don't know. If we would have left that on page 16, I would have said, yeah, I seem like Sendo gonna get put straight to sleep. Cause you can't say that type of page spread. I don't know. Remind me of that Mishipu thing. He had that nice double page spread. It was all beautiful, and next thing you know, he just collapsed. So, hopefully we don't get a Ashton Joe situation here, where it's Ippo versus Sendo part one with somebody quit in a corner. Like, I'm not trying to see that. I came here to see the real deal Martinez go against Takeshi Sendo. So, one plus the fight is getting heated up. We get a shot of Grandma, on which that's what I was saying. We would have left it on page 16. It would look like Sendo's gonna get put to sleep next chapter. We get that commentary from his second, and we got Bill Stewart sweating bullets. Boy, he's acting like he's made his last bet. And bring him down. Preparations are being made. Advises his next plan. It goes into another case. Ricardo, what happened to them body blows you were throwing? And especially, he's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's early in the morning. I said something. I said this is an alright chapter. Nothing spectacular. Continues to fight. The fight is starting to heat up. But, I gotta continue to look into that hand situation. Because the cracking was there. And we don't even know if Ricardo noticed it or not. Nor do we know how much time we got left in the round. So. This could be very good or very bad. I think this is the first, like, directly even chapter where it seems like the plot wasn't just Sendo or Ricardo, where it just really was a back and forth, where it really was, well, I really don't know what's going to happen next. Because the comment of stop my heart, could it be possible that Ricardo pulled out a corkscrew punch? Because most of his straight rights are corkscrew punch, if anyone paid attention to it. In the manga and anime, most of his straight rights are thrown like a corkscrew punch. Now, it's not a heartbreaker because it's only for a heart, but it still is a corkscrew punch, right? So if that's going to be the case, what if he actually does end up doing it? But then I had to ask myself, let's just say the next two chapters, he set it up, it lands, the fight's over. Will I be satisfied with the fight? Like, it seems like this is the opponent Martinez has really wanted. And his reaction to it is just so melancholy. Just so indifferent to it all. Just, I don't know, arguably he went more out against Dante doing that second round. Where he really went for that win. Now, somebody say Dante's a different opponent. He don't have the punching power. He's not as dangerous. He's not so and so. Sendo's a different opposition. But this is a fight that he's been wanting. And he pretty much already know what Sendo can do. And most of his shortcomings in this fight has been his psychology so far. To the point where he was starting to get disappointed with Sendo. He started to think about, well, at least one thing he could do after the fight was go to Osaka Castle. So, which I wonder why did they keep bringing up Osaka Castle? What, like, is there some type of Japanese thing I'm not understanding? Of why they keep mentioning Osaka Castle? Of why they keep bringing it up? Is there some type of significance here? Is there like a metaphor or a pun or some Japanese history I don't know about? Of why they keep reiterating this darn Osaka Castle? But I don't know. I would say this. Final predictions, right? A corkscrew blow could be coming up Bart from Dante. It's not hard to do, and most of his straight rights are pretty much the same thing. Because outside of that, besides from throwing his straight right again, I don't really see, like Ricardo really don't have like a finishing move. No known signature. He just hits you with that straight right and that's it. And it's not like Misha was straight right or chopping right either. It's just he doesn't really have a name for anything that he does. So there's that. But mm, mm, mm. And this is like if he could see the punches before, like why is he slipping it now? And then why Ricardo only changing it now after he slipped it? But I don't know. I don't know. Cause that was not a complaint. It's a question of why. Cause he could have been letting Sendo up with these left right uppercuts and so on and so on before. Especially when he had Sendo hurt. Why didn't he do it then? All I gotta say is we're gonna be in this fight till March. At the latest, it's gonna be April 1st. We won't be here for a while. But I don't know. At least I just hope next chapter, especially with Miyata. Like Miyata, like I'm like didn't like we ever heard anything for Dante or Takamori either. I guess that would signify the final stages of the fight. But it's just this, it's just Miyata thing. It's just like you sparred with this man, you worked on this man's technique, and besides from something that's actually happening, you can't give us any details of what he's doing in training camp. Just none. We don't even know what he was doing in training camp before Miyata showed up. Before that, well, what chapter? What 14, 20? When he was sparring Takamori, and that was just a rough blueprint. So what was it? We still haven't had Miyata elaborate on why he believed that he's the only person that he know of that is active that could beat Ricardo Martinez. Now I will say this, I'll leave it off with this. I really hope this is not like a Gonzalez situation where George didn't know if he wanted the character to win or not until like the actual moment came up and then he put Ippo to sleep. Nah, I think it's a great character moment, but it's just there's no way he hyped up this fight for years and he does not know whether he want Ricardo or Sendo to win or not. There's no way. There's no way. With Ippo, it was determining, well, if I do knock him out, like Ippo won't be a main character for years. But with this, like after this fight happens, what is there to be hyped up about? Oh, you got stuff. It's a god cave. Hey, I'm not hearing that stuff. I've been giving up hope on that. I keep asking for it, and again and again. It just it is what it is. Whether it's show up with the Teihei Takagi stuff, but after this, what's going to happen after this? Because even when Sendo's win, right? If Sendo wins and Ippo is still on the sidelines, garbage. Well, so we just have to wait and see, boys and girls. That's been Hajime Pro Review round 15, 13. Well, what's this chapter called again? Tiger on the Move. Same. At least we got our first 50-50 chapter. It's not just a stalemate. It's not just Ricardo's winning. It's not just Sendo's winning. It's open to the year. Is Sendo really? You still got that Jose Narco scenario where, like, he was dragging his feet to even get up to Jose Narco. So, mm, mm, but hey, at least at least there's some adaptation. At least it's learning. I don't know. We gotta see how this turns out. It's just Ricardo is on the ropes. This would be a perfect time for a smash, Sendo. Especially if you feign out the left smash and go with a right one or a knuckle drop. So it's just perfect time. I'll leave it off with this. I keep saying this, but if Sendo could jab Ricardo in the early rounds, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm still in shocked about this chapter being out on Monday instead of Tuesday. And it's like 1 o'clock right now. So, hope you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe. And what are your thoughts? Have your bets on who's going to win between the two exchange or not? I would say, at least I would say this one last thing. The reason why I say a story feels like that is when you're writing something, you leave like hints and details. And hey, if I say this, if Ricardo's plan let's just say it was use a heartbreaker shot. Will it not work? Just like how it didn't work with Dante because his hand is broken. Could we have? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If it was, if his grand plan is his right hand, and his right hand is broken, will it even stop Sendo? That's what I'm saying, man. It's up in the air. It's up in the air. MWK. Peace.